Hey guys, welcome. Thank you for joining our live. My name is Jorge Ayala, and I'm here with Hans Avalos. He's a mortgage lender for PRMG, and we're gonna be talking a little bit about mortgages and getting into some questions about mortgages that people might want to hear. So, Hans, how about you tell us what you do?
No problem. Actually, I work with PRMG. I've been with PRMG now going on 2 years, and I've been in the industry now over that time. So I'm well versed in mortgages. We actually met in a networking event.
That's right.
That we were both together, and we clicked right away because of the background that we both have.
Correct.
So overall, my experience is in sales, along with the mortgage industries. So I have a very extensive knowledge of sales.
Yeah, like I said, and sorry to cut you off. Touching that, we went to a network event, and like I said, right away we clicked. It was mostly over the car business. I mean, and any of you guys work in the car business, you guys know that is
the trials and tribulations that comes with it.
Yes, it's a great school to go ahead and learn sales and things like that. And then you move on to bigger and better things. So we had a lot of things in common, and then also, not only was in the mortgage business, real estate, and I'm always looking to connect with.
But it's funny because I always tell people that I've learned, because I have a bachelor's in business administration also, but I always tell people that I've learned more in the car industry than I ever learned in college. That doesn't mean that it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's unique situation, but due to the type of industry that we're in, the car business is a very good foundation for real estate.
Yeah.
Extremely good.
It teaches you, just go that quick, it teaches you to have tough skin, which you need in the real estate and the mortgage industry.
100%.
Because dealing with people sometimes, like I said, you need to have tough skin and build that tough skin against people and learn how to sell and hold your own when it comes to dealing with people. So let's get into some questions. We got some questions for Hans, and he's gonna answer as best he can and give you some value. And we're gonna start with the first question. We're gonna go ahead and ask you, Hans, how the current rates right now affecting the real estate market as far as people buying and things like that, the behavior. So what do you think?
Well, the problem with rates is that the Fed is coming up to the banks and saying, well, listen, the economy is doing extremely well, so we're going to go ahead and hike up the rates. When they hike up the par rate, of course, there's a cushion that we have to charge for us to stay in business because we got to keep the lights on, and that transmits to the client. Now, it doesn't help the rate, and it doesn't help the market in the sense that the higher the rate, the less amount of loan an individual can hold on, can take on. But it doesn't mean that you still don't qualify for a home, because historically speaking, the higher the rate, the lower the price of the property. That's how pretty much it correlates. So the higher the rates goes, the lower the prices drop, which in terms becomes a market adjustment on real estate. Remember, real estate is not always up. It's up, a little dip down, then it goes right back up, and goes right back up. The other thing is that, remember, a lot of people now that are saying, oh my God, the rates are higher, it's going to be another 2008, it's been 10 years, blah, 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 blah. Guys, that's not necessarily true, okay? Market is just correcting itself. It's going to be a small corrections. I think that the market's still going to keep moving forward, and there's still a lot of real estate out there to be bought, a lot of people to qualify. We just got to find the right house for the right client.
Yeah, and by what you're saying, I'm guessing you're saying that just because the rates are higher doesn't mean that you have to stop buying.
Exactly.
Like I said, the rates go up, people have to adjust the price in order to sell. And if the rate goes down, what happens? People now, adjust the prices sometimes higher, or they're not willing to go ahead and lower the price, but the market has to correct itself. It just overall just looking at the bigger picture when it comes to the rate of the market, right?
Right. Historically speaking, you have to understand that we're still at a very low market. I mean, if you go pre-2008, if you were to get a 7% interest, I mean, think about this, guys. If you were in a 7% interest rate, you were pretty much stealing your interest rate. Think about that, because average interest rate back in the day was 8, 9, 10%.
Correct.
What we pay now for a private money lender is what we were paying on regular loans. So private money lenders, where we're talking 16, 17, 18% on our house. Think about that, guys.
So that sounds good to know. I mean, like I say, don't let somebody stop you from buying right now. If you want to buy, just reach out and look for somebody like Hans that can show you the possibilities, and, of what can be done, and then you have all the options to make a decision, which is really what we do.
Exactly.
We just give you all the options, the tools, and make it easy for you to make a decision. You know what I mean? And
at the end of the day, I'm sorry to cut you off, but at the end of the day, the media will always give the news and will dramatize things to make things happen. Your best bet is to get yourself an expert like myself, like George, maybe a second opinion. It doesn't have to be myself. It's somebody that you trust, that you like, know, and trust. Somebody that you feel comfortable with, and sit down and have a conversation about interest rates.
Correct.
A lot of my buddies, the main conversation of our group chat is always football, always. But when they come to talk about mortgages, they think it's boring, but they still listen. Why? Yeah. Because real estate is a great investment.
Correct.
Always.
Correct. So let's move on to the other question. By the way, thank you for the answer. Awesome. I love it. Let's move on. So now you are a mortgage lender.
Right.
So the mortgage lenders, there's a bank rep when you call,
your regular banking
institution, Chase. And then you have your brokers, right?
Right.
So tell people, what is the main difference? Why should somebody come to the lender like yourself rather than a broker or an agent when it comes to buying their home or an investment or next real estate property?
No problem. I can answer you in 3 different ways. Number 1, we're going to talk about your bank rep. Your bank rep is your regular rep that works in your depository institution. What is a depository institution? That's your Chase, Wells Fargo, TD Bank, Regions, those type of institutions. Now, these guys are a great source if you're the type of client that makes extremely good income, doesn't have a lot of debt, has a lot of money in the bank, and it's an easy peasy loan.
Correct.
If you're that top notch 1%er, great. Those are the banks for you. The broker, that's a little bit of a difference, because that's the pre-2008 guy. That's the one that actually is send it to different other banks and look at different other options and sell, and it gives you the best possible deal for you, And then there's me. I'm the lender. I'm like that middle guy. My interest rates are not as high as a broker, but there's not as low as a regular bank. I'm right in the middle. Why choose somebody like me? Because I am not bound by the bank reps guidelines.
Correct.
So what are guidelines? Guidelines are rules and regulations that the government establishes, and in a bank rep's situation, then they have their bankers guidelines. So they have what's called overlays, okay, which could kill a deal for you, a deal for a lot of people, and a lot of the real estate agents out there will know exactly what I'm talking about.
Correct.
A lot, like I know yourself, you don't use anybody from Bank of America, Chase, or your regular. You got to use a lender. Why?
Correct.
Because you have a higher chance of making a deal happen.
Yeah, and just to touch on that quickly, doesn't cut you off, is that that's happened to me right now. They brought me a loan from a institution like people's BOA, and I told, look, you need to give me a loan from a mortgage lender, something a little more solid, because I knew the clients weren't 100% perfect. And the only reason I did that is because I wanted, for the seller itself and for the buyers, I want the deal to close, because a lot of times people get disappointed because the deal didn't close. And who's they gonna blame? They're not gonna blame themselves. The blame goes on Hans, it goes on George, or whoever you're using, because all of a sudden, you guys didn't pull through. So the realtor ended up doing it. Now we're in the contract, we're scheduled to close, and we all feel confident that the deal's going to close. And I think they even got a better deal than we were going to give the banker. Like I said, the bankers are tied their hands. Not that they're good, they just tie what they could do.
Right. Remember, banks want the cream of the crop, the best guy with the best rate,
the easy deals.
The easy deals is what we like to call it. Get the, hey, listen, this is not going to take a lot of effort, here you go. Yeah. That's why those guys get the best rates. Okay? Us, we have to finagle a little bit more. Sometimes we have to work the income, or work on, read taxes in different ways. Read 1040s, Bank of America, Chase, these guys, the bank reps, they don't deal with self-employed borrowers. I love self-employed borrowers, because you know what? I can read income better than those guys can. It's the reality of it. They're used to that W-2 guy that makes $100K a year, and it's got money sitting in the bank, like I just mentioned. Me, I want those self-employed borrowers. I want those guys that we all know and love. They make a lot of money, but sometimes we hold back a little bit, And we hold back in legal terms,
Yeah.
in terms of depreciation, in terms of depletion, in terms of meals and entertainment, gas miles for your car if you work on the road like a realtor.
Correct.
We have ways to bring all those expenses back into your positive, the positive side of your income sheet.
Correct.
And that's the difference between somebody like me and a bank rep.
Yeah,
we make sure that the deal gets done.
Yeah, and that's definitely something else we're probably gonna get in another video and talk a little more into that, because that's actually an awesome, way to know, really to learn about how can we make it work for you. And really, that's like I say, if you're not the top 1%, you're everybody else, then you need somebody like him working for you, because he's gonna do whatever it takes, right, to get it done. And that's what you really want to do. You want whatever it takes mentality to get it done, because you want the house. As a real estate agent, we want you to get the house. He wants you to close the house. You want to close the house. So I think you brought some great points when it comes to the difference between a mortgage lender and a broker and a bank rep.
Oh, we have to talk about the broker.
The broker, none of them are bad choices. But again, there's some that might be better fit for you. So do you want to go into the broker part of it?
The broker part is a little bit more complex, because they essentially do most of the work that we do, but their compensation is a little bit different, which I believe we're gonna get into on the next question.
Correct. Or we're gonna get into the next next time we talk about how brokers and mortgage lenders
and bankruptcy
get compensated, and
exactly.
break some myth out there about compensation that are not true and some are true, just to ease some other people's mind out there when it comes to the mortgage side.
On the broker side of things, the broker doesn't work for a specific bank. For example, a lender does work for a specific bank. Like for example, me, I work for PRMG, Paramount Residential Mortgage Group. So what we do is we buy out the loan, we give you the money for the loan, and then within 6 months, your loan is sold to what's called a servicer. That person is the one that's going to send you your bills, charge you on your late fees, and do all that stuff. We don't do none of that.
Right.
Now, a broker works for multiple banks, so the downside to a broker is that he has to run your credit multiple times.
That actually is a great point, but let's move on to the next. Guys, if you heard the ringtone, that's my actually ringtone. I didn't know it was on. We're trying I was gonna get up and turn it off, but that's actually my ringtone. So the last question for the day before we move on. So what is the hardest file? I know you say you love people. If you're self-employed and you're having time getting approved, and that's one thing we talked about in the network event, that we kind of have the same thing. We just that we gotta find solutions for whatever we're doing. It's not like black and white. It's
right.
It's what do we need to do to get you approved? What do we need to do to get your home today? So talk about one of your hardest files or customers or clients that you so far have on your plate. How long did it take? How would you approve, and whatever you want to get into. So.
Well, I actually just thought of another one, so I actually have 2 stories. So the first story is a client that came to me. She mentioned that her husband had just gotten hired by a company, but they owned the company before. What the husband did is that he relinquished the company to the wife, taught her how to build her company, and gave the company 100% to the wife. And then he himself went to go work for a company because he didn't want the stress and the headaches of that.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening is that a lot of banks were denying her. She went through 4 different banks and lenders and brokers before she got to me. And when I got to her, I made the deal happen within 45 days of her getting it.
So what was different when she got to you, and what do you do different, and how long did it take you to get that?
The loan officer. Your loan officer, the loan officer you pick, has to have that imagination of structuring. Not all loan officers have it. Only the top 1 percentiles that I've met and that I consider myself to be, within the near future, within 5 to 10 years, I think I'll be one of those top 1 percentile loan officers. You gotta have that imagination of how can I make this file work? Yeah. Whereas in a bank rep and a broker and a lot of loan officers out there is how do you qualify for the loan? I don't look at it that way. We don't look at it that way. It's how do we make the loan qualify to you?
Correct.
Which is a completely different mindset.
Correct.
You have to look at it. as a 3D chess game versus a 2D chess game.
Yeah,
Big difference.
You would say it's a solution mindset rather than just looking at the problem. Solution.
Right.
What is the solution to what's happening right now?
Not only that, and it's also on the company that loan officer works for. Because if you're in a company like, for example, XYZ Mortgage or whatever the case may be, that company might not take because of their guidelines and because the way that the underwriter is, they might not take that deal. Versus a company like PRMG that is a Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac lender, which means that we deal directly with whatever guidelines they ask for, is whatever guidelines we give them.
Correct.
That's it. Yes, we're gonna have some issues because not every file is perfect, but
of course
we will make the file close. So far, I haven't had a file dropped on me in the 36 months that I've been in this business.
Knock on wood.
There's no,
There you go. See, hard-headed wood right there.
Hard-headed wood right there.
So guys, that's why us as realtors, we love to work with people like Hans because we feel comfortable and we feel that they're gonna do the best we can to get that deal approved. Yes, he's right. Not every file is easy. Not every file is gonna get done. But when I know I got as a realtor or even as a mortgage lender, they know they got somebody in the corner that can go above and beyond. The same thing will happen backwards. You can give me a client and he goes, "The guy's lost a client. I worked so hard for me to get the guy approved,
right.
And he lost it." So things can go back and forth. We love that relationship because again, as a realtor, having somebody there that's gonna go work as hard as you
it's all about teamwork. It's all about teamwork. You have to find somebody that works well with you, and this goes to all my realtor partners and future realtor partners. You have to find somebody that works well with you, somebody that that's going to be in your corner, helping you close that deal, and knowing that if he falls down, you're there to pick him up, and if I fall down, he's there to pick me up.
Correct.
In the sense of and we all know what type of client this is. This is the type of client that talks to the loan officer and says, "Oh, I'm not happy with him. I'm thinking of switching realtor." You need to have that loan officer that says, "Wait, take it easy,
correct,
relax. This is just your feelings talking. It's the stress talking. Take it easy because he's doing a great job. Trust me, we're working for you."
Correct.
That's the type of loan officer you want, not the guy that says, "Oh, don't worry about it. I got another guy for you."
Yeah,
come on.
You have to believe in the person that's working with you, and
100%.
I learned that just quick before we move on. I learned that in the car business. I'm sure you did too. When you trusted your manager told you this is what it is. That's what it is. The same thing right now. Right now, the difference, we don't have managers. We're our own managers. We wake up every day. We're our own managers. We do every day. We wake up, set our own schedules. So we have to check ourselves and say, this guy right here, this guy right here, this guy right here knows what they're doing, and I'm gonna trust him. And go with him and make sure we close the deal together and build this beautiful foundation that's gonna be good in the long run. Because
I'll agree.
A lot of people see the long run game. So, hey, Hans, thank you for coming out.
Well, I have the second story.
Oh, that's right. You do have a second story.
Which is the cream, the cherry on top of the cake. This file actually is a young lady that she has 3 daughters, and her husband recently left her. And the gentleman doesn't pay her child support. So we had issues right off the bat. He wouldn't pay consistently, and unfortunately, because of guidelines, the guidelines says that you have to pay every month consistently. And this gentleman paid her the amount, but he paid her once every 3 months, which is unfair, uncool, but you know what, to each his own. Anyways, moving forward, I grabbed her, I qualified her, she went out. It took her a year to find the right property. We finally found her the right property. When I got her under contract, we had issues with the hourly job. We had issues with the credit. We had to bring in a co-borrower. Then the co-borrower bought a car and a boat without telling us. And right before closing, we figured that out. We had to re-look at income, get the overtime income involved. Then after the overtime income was involved, the condo association didn't approve, so we had to get the condo association to approval status. After the condo association approval status happened, then the wire transfer wasn't done properly once we got to the closing table. So it was like Murphy's Law. I'm telling you, and I am not lying to you, this file took me 5 months to close. 5 months. And what's funny is that I knew I had done a great deal because when we got to the closing table, my agent, her broker was there because he had got involved. And he says, "I'm going to be in the closing because I have to meet you." And when I met him, he mentioned something to me. He said, "You know what? you have something special, because I know a lot of loan officers out there that on the second month would have given up on this deal.
And that's exactly right. That you want to get to the 1%. You want to be the top of your market. You want to be the best what you do. That's right there. Not knowing everything about real estate sometimes is about going above and beyond. Some people would have quit the first second, the first month, the first home, the first problem they would have with the deal. The realtor too. Some realtor would say, you know what, too hard of a deal, I'm just gonna move on to the next one and forgot about the person. But that person hasn't forgotten. She still wanted her, right?
Yep.
She still wanted to buy, right?
She still wanted to buy.
She will never forget about this guy.
We had a great seller. I mean, she was very patient with us. She understood. Thank you to her. I'm pretty sure she'll see this video later, so you know who you are. Right. We all the parties involved were, with the same mindset that you and I have, which is what is best for the customer and for that young lady and her 3 little girls.
Correct.
We all wanted to get her whole house, and you know what? That's the difference between your regular Joe Schmo loan officer and somebody like a lender like myself. Like, we get to meet you on a personal level.
Correct.
We get to meet you on a different level. You don't become our clients. You become our family. Yeah. That's the reality of it.
And you build a relationship with each other. You know what I mean? And when it comes to, like I said, you want somebody that's really gonna work for you. You need to find people like Hans, and really reach out to him and work with realtors that are gonna go ahead and work with people like him to get you the job done, because we want that house for you, like I said.
Absolutely.
So just to go ahead and, I know we probably went a little more than we wanted to. We're going to do a follow-up video talking about some do's and don'ts of the real estate when it comes to your mortgage.
This is definitely a couch confessions, guys.
Yes, this is a couch confession of real estate. If you want to contact Hans, you want to give me your phone number here if you like?
Sure, my phone number is 305-619-6570. You can ask and call me. You can text me. I'm readily available. If I don't answer the phone, I will call you right back. I'm very good on the phone. I'm very good about getting back to people. So, and the beautiful thing about me is I work 24/7.
There's no off time with the real estate market, guys. There's no 9 to 5. It is whenever the phone rings, you're available. So we're gonna put information down here. If you got some questions you guys want to answer for the next video, hit us up. Put it in the comments. Let me know. We're gonna sit down again. I think it's next week. We'll probably plan down. If we can try to hit it up again and go ahead and talk about other things in the
other topics we have in mind.
So stay
tuned.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Stay tuned.